Hello everyone! Welcome back to Mr. English Talks. Today, we will explore a topic that quietly shapes the choices of millions, the middle-class mindset. This is not just about money or social status. It is about habits, beliefs, fears, and values that decide how you live, work, and dream. We will look at what this mindset gets right, where it limits you, and how to expand it so you get security and growth together. The language will be simple and clear, so every English learner can follow. The tone will be motivational, practical, and energetic, like a coach sitting beside you and asking you to take the next small step. Think of the middle-class mindset as a roadmap many of us inherit. It says, study hard, get a stable job, save money, avoid public failure, and look respectable. These steps are powerful. They created stability for generations. They help you pay rent, raise children, and keep life predictable. But a roadmap can become a fence if you never question it. The world changes fast. Industries shift. New skills appear, and opportunities often arrive to those willing to adapt. The goal is not to reject the middle-class values. The goal is to make them flexible and add tools that let you pivot, grow, and create options. Let me tell you a short story to make this real. Two neighbors, Samir and Priya, grew up in similar homes. Samir followed the traditional path, a secure job, a steady promotion path, careful spending, and respect in the community. Priya followed many of the same rules, but added one thing: deliberate learning. She used weekends to learn new skills and tested small ideas in her free time. Years later, when Samir's industry slowed, he felt stuck. Priya had options: a freelance income, a new career direction, and confidence to try. Neither choice was morally superior. Both were sensible. But the difference was a small habit of learning and experimenting. That habit created optionality, the ability to choose differently when life demanded it. What are the core beliefs of a middle-class mindset? First, safety matters more than risk. Second, credentials and titles are reliable signals of success. Third, respectability and social approval matter. Fourth, steady savings and avoiding debt are virtues. These beliefs protect many people from chaos, but they can also create an aversion to necessary change. If you recognize these beliefs inside you, you can choose which to keep and which to adjust. Now let's talk about the hidden limits this mindset can create. The first limit is inertia. Comfortable routines make you slow to act when opportunity knocks. The second limit is narrow skill sets. Focusing only on what your job requires may make you vulnerable when markets change. The third limit is fear of judgment. You may avoid visible experiments because you worry what others will think. These are real, but they are not permanent. With clear strategies, you can keep security while becoming more adaptable. Here are practical shifts you can make starting today. Shift 1. Treat stability as a base, not a ceiling. Keep the good parts: emergency savings, steady bills paid. But view them as the foundation for experiments. When you have a base, you can take small calculated risks without losing your ground. Shift 2. Move from credential first to skill first thinking. Degrees help, but skills make you move fast. Choose one high-value skill that interests you and commit to 15 minutes a day. Small, consistent practice compounds quickly. Shift 3. Run controlled experiments. You don't have to quit your job to start. Build a small side project. Sell one service. Or teach a short class. Treat it as a test, not a final bet. Shift 4. Rebalance your money into 3 buckets: security, growth, and joy. Security keeps you safe. Growth buys skills or small investments, and joy keeps life meaningful. Even a small allocation to growth changes outcomes over time. Let's make these shifts concrete with easy habits. Start with a 30-day learning habit. 15 minutes each day, reading, watching, or practicing a new skill. Track it in a simple notebook. Next, do a financial micro audit. Pick one recurring expense. Ask if it truly serves your priorities, and reallocate any savings to your growth bucket. Then, try a controlled experiment. In 1 month, offer a small paid service, or create a tiny product. Use evenings or weekends. Keep expectations small. These habits are not dramatic, but repeated. They change your trajectory. Addressing social pressure matters too. In many middle-class communities, social rituals and appearances matter. These can be beautiful, but also costly. A simple strategy is to set boundaries kindly. If a gathering requires expensive spending, offer an affordable alternative, like a potluck or a shared activity. If friends expect displays of wealth you don't want, explain your goals briefly. People will usually respect focus when it's framed as purpose, not stinginess. Replace performance with presence. Meaningful time with family or friends often matters more than a show of consumption. Money decisions are emotional. You spend not only to buy things, but to feel connected, calm, or important. When you feel the urge to spend for emotional reasons, name the feeling, "I'm feeling lonely," or "I want to feel successful." Naming reduces the impulse. Then ask, what low-cost action will meet that need? Call a friend, join a free community event, or practice a short walk. These alternatives satisfy the emotion without derailing your goals. Now let's address work and career. Through the lens of this mindset, stability is valuable, but the fastest way to grow your income and options is to combine reliable work with a visible skill. Learn to communicate clearly, sell a simple service, or automate a small part of your job to free time. Offer to help others learn your new skill. Teaching is the fastest way to learn and also builds a small income or reputation. Over time, these side skills can become primary sources of income or simply a strong safety net that makes any transition smoother. I want to give a practical 3-month plan you can follow. Month 1. Awareness and start. Track your time and spending for 30 days. Write your top 3 life priorities and begin 15 minutes of daily learning. Month 2. Experiment and test. Launch a small side project. List one service you can sell and try it with 2 customers. Keep security intact and treat this as a learning exercise, not a final product. Month 3. Scale and habit. Increase your savings to the growth bucket. Automate a small transfer to a learning fund and refine the side project. Keep reviewing what you learned and adjust. At the end of 3 months, celebrate the change and plan the next quarter. Let me address fear of failure directly. Middle-class thinking often avoids public failure because of social judgment, but failure is how you learn fast. Reframe failure as feedback. Each attempt teaches what works and what doesn't. Keep experiments small to reduce risk and increase learning speed. Share failures as small lessons with close friends. This builds humility and also dissolves the fear of judgment. Identity matters a lot. If you see yourself only as a steady worker, you will act in limited ways. Shift your language. Say, I am learning, or I am experimenting, rather than I can't, or I am too old. Small linguistic shifts change behavior. Commit to one identity action. For example, I am a learner who spends 15 minutes daily improving. Repeat it until it feels natural. Community can accelerate change. Join one group or find one mentor who is doing what you want. A supportive circle reduces loneliness and gives practical cues. If your immediate circle is very traditional, find online communities, local workshops, or evening classes where people experiment and share practical tips. Seeing others try helps you believe you can try too. Finally, let's talk about legacy and purpose. Middle-class values often include strong family care and community responsibility. Use those values as fuel to upgrade, not as chains. When your actions aim to create more options for your family, time, stability, and choice, risk becomes purposeful rather than reckless. Teach your family the small habits you practice, learning, saving, and experimenting. This multiplies impact across generations. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine 2 versions of your life 5 years from now. In the first, you keep stable work but never learn new skills or test new paths. Life is comfortable, but options narrow. In the second, you kept your stability but added a habit of learning 15 minutes a day, one small side experiment each quarter, and a growth bucket in your budget. Which life gives you more freedom and less regret? Hold that image as you make daily choices. Start today with one small action. Write your top 3 priorities and spend 15 minutes learning a new skill. Track that for a week. Small, consistent actions build a compound effect, far greater than dramatic but unsustained efforts. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe this video.